This is Michael Spafford. He was born on November 6th, 1935. We did bring him up before on episode 40 of The Large Glass when we were covering 1981. And he is known for probably his most famous piece, which was a controversial piece. It was called The 12 Labors of Hercules, if you'll remember.
It's also right behind him in this image.
It is, and it was hanging in the Washington State Legislature. It was a commission piece. Upon looking at it, though, people felt that it was pornographic, and it kind of went through this whole drama of, do we take it down? Do we obscure it? You know, there's class trips coming in here. Ultimately, it was taken down. When I look at his work, I typically think of Rorschach paintings and block prints and these very like abstracted forms, like block prints.
Well, yeah, and I mean, the thing about Rorschach and the thing about this that I find to be both similar and different is that, you know, like when we look at, let me pull one up here so we can see it, but when we look at this, for example, and we're thinking about the Rorschach test, we obviously think about that bifolded sort of ink blot that sort of comes apart and creates a symmetry. And it's also very simplified because it's just simple ink on a ground. So this definitely refers to that on some level. But there's also this kind of really beautiful play between figure and ground, right? That sort of flip-flop with each other. It's sometimes, you know, if you just look at and focus on what's white in the image, for example, you wind up with a very different image than if you focus on what we call the figure, meaning what's black. So there's this really beautiful interplay between simple shape composition in this. And this is actually a very early lesson that we teach to students in art school about 2D design and composition, right? It's like how to just make simple and interesting composition from this sort of thing. So, but he carries it on.
Like of course he does.
He does a lot with this. I mean, I love the reference
very,
here
like
to
block prints. There's some Asian influence when you look at these. He's not as unidimensional as I make him out to be, but when I reassociate, that's usually what comes to mind.
Right. And so, you know, as we start to look at these and we consider all of those elements, we really start to see a lot going on in such simple composition. As for the pornographic thing, for those images that were taken down, I find that to be on, you know, the subjectivity and personality of the particular people that are viewing the work.
I agree.
You know, I mean, I forget who said it, but who said, I don't know what pornography is, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah, I don't remember, but that is a famous line.
We gotta put that on the next show.
We gotta figure that out.
But the thing is this, of course, if I put something that was overtly pornographic on the screen, we would know what that was. But to take something like this and take it to that level, to me, seems irresponsible.
Yes.
Right? And really kind of reveals something about the viewer that's calling it out on that. Right? Anyway, Spafford's work to me is really, really quite beautiful, quite striking.
So Michael Spafford, he was born November 6th, 1935.